this is a very different start to the Halloween special this year, my friends. It's only fitting that it's Little Shop of Horrors, and as you can see, we have assembled quite the panel here tonight. Fellow cast members from Sunnyvale Community Players production of Little Shop of Horrors. From top right, I guess I'll go clockwise, I guess. My name is Zack. You know who I am. If you subscribed to me for 5 years, you know exactly what we're all about here. To my right, Colin. How you doing, my friend?
Not bad, not bad. How about yourself?
Oh man, I'm just glad that we have this going on right now, and we're halfway through the run of Little Shop of Horrors right now. It's been quite. Can you believe that?
No,
can you believe that? Yeah, not even remotely. But anyway, bottom right is my Mooshnik, Steve. How you doing?
I'm great. Hello out there, everybody. It is great to be here. Very honored to be part of this esteemed panel.
Oh, yeah. Honored to have you, my friend. And, of course, he is joined by his Audrey, too, right next to him.
Friend Audrey, too. Yeah.
We are guests in Mooshnik's Flower Shop for sure. And Naeem directly below me. I mean, we're chopped to bits and eaten by that thing every night. But how are you holding up, my friend?
Hey, like you said it perfectly, Zach. We're halfway through the run. This is such an exciting time. Definitely bittersweet, but honored to be here with my pals, my second fam, and of course my double, my twin. You know, we look the exact same and we play the same characters.
Yeah,
it's awesome to be here.
We're totally the exact same. Like Naeem and I, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference if it was Naeem on this channel over the last 5 years or so. But yeah, every year, you know, I do a Halloween special. I talk about like all things in the horror realm. Looks like we're going to be joined by a couple of other friends, or one more friend.
Oh, excellent.
Ooh, one of our Seymours. It's Peter.
Hey. Good Peter.
Want to know who was just about right there and then panicked when the camera was turning on?
Wife.
My wife.
Oh, one of our choreographers.
That is
You tell me.
There she is.
Hey. What's up, Megan?
She dove onto the floor.
She dove onto the floor. Did not. All good. But
she's now crawling out of the room.
Peter, of course, is one of our geeky florists who feeds this plant that Steve is holding on to there. But yeah, like I was saying before Peter joined us, this is the Halloween special. I was moving last year, so I didn't put out as many reviews as I would have liked because I was extremely busy personally. So I decided to go all in this year. I wanted to do as many freaking reviews as I please. I'm going to try and pump these out as frequently as I can, starting from this point into the big spooky day, October 31st. And I wanted to start with something a little bit more special because we're all a part of this process. We've been a part of this process since, I want to say May, since we auditioned. It feels like forever ago that we auditioned. Yeah, but if we want to count that, as part of the process, but it's just, I don't know. I guess I'll go around the clock. How we all feel about where we are right now. I mean, it's not exactly a movie review yet, but how are we all feeling halfway through the run? I guess I'll start with Colin.
I feel pretty good. Last show, I rolled a set piece over my foot, so it can really only go up from there.
Dude.
Yeah. Were you there for that? You might have been there for that. Or
I don't know if I was.
Were you here on which cast was Sunday?
No, that would have been you, Zach, because I was not there for that.
I think you were just dead tired. I think you were just dead tired, so you didn't hear.
We came in the next day and heard all these stories.
Yeah.
Heck if I know. But yeah, Colin, I hope you're feeling better.
Oh yeah, no, it was just like a few toes. Like nothing broke, I don't think. Pretty sure.
Poor guy.
It happens.
All right, let's see.
Nothing fell on me.
Steve, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I mean, it's always bittersweet because we work so hard so we can perform, but then once you start performing, you sort of start seeing hints of the end, and I get very depressed because I love this show. This is actually my fourth time doing a production of this show. My first time actually in the show. I've music and vocal directed it twice, so this has been really special. And what an amazing group of people. I've said this to you guys off camera, but this cast is really unusual in that every single person is like nice, like really nice. Yeah. And so I'm going to be, very sad when it's not a regular occurrence to see everybody.
Right. And I think that plays into what I was going to talk to you about, Naeem, because this is the first time I've been double cast in something. And I feel like our paths are going to be intertwined a lot of the time, like even after the show is over. But how are you feeling? Like, it just feels like it's been such a whirlwind. I mean, even just for me, like, this is a part that my dad played when he was in high school, the dentist, in 1988. And I'm sure we'll talk about Steve Martin when we get to him. But it's just been so surreal. But how's it felt for you? Because you've been away from the stage for a while.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. I've been away from the stage for about a decade. Last musical I did was in high school, which I'm sure the cast is sick of hearing at this point, but it's been a minute since I've been on the stage. So I'm happy to make my return, especially with such an iconic show like Little Shop of Horrors that has such a special place in my heart, as does it, to your guys' hearts in your own special way as well. And Oren especially is a character that's so outside of my comfort zone that it's so much fun to play on stage, and you can play it slightly differently, with a certain cast that you're in, right? Like you play it differently than I play him. So it's always so fun to see your take on things and support you in that way. And kind of like what Steve was saying, like we're towards the end of our run here. I mean, we're about halfway through, but I'm starting to get little glimpses of the end, and like not seeing my fam every week. What are we going to do? Start to have some loss there, but I'm ultimately just trying to be present in the moment with you guys, whether it's here or on Zoom, or also, when we're on stage together, and just like being as present as possible, because this is going to disappear in front of our eyes in a second. I mean,
before we know it. Yeah. And I said it from the beginning, like when we started rehearsing, it's like, I want to try and enjoy this as much as I can. Because I know before I know it, October is going to come around and hey, there's no more show. But Peter, how are you feeling, man? I mean, Seymour's a track and a half, man. And yeah. I didn't even realize until I see I see you and I saw you on opening night, but just seeing how you and Anthony do it, it's just like, man, the stamina to be able to do it. I respect the heck out of you guys.
I don't think they'll leave the stage all second act.
No, it's all Seymour there.
For 30 seconds, I think we leave when Audrey, has her Somnic song. But yeah, otherwise we're on stage the whole time. Oh, yeah. I also didn't realize how meaty of a track it was until performing in the show. And I'm sure you guys have seen me every night. I come off the stage very sweaty. It's exhausting. In terms of how I'm feeling about the show sort of wrapping up, usually I say this to Megan all the time, but usually when I'm in a production, by the time I open the show, I'm already I'm tired, and I'm kind of almost looking forward to the end. Not really, but almost being and in 2 weeks I'm going to rest, and ready for that feeling. And this is one of those rare shows where I'm dreading the end of it, because Steve touched on, everybody in this cast is incredibly nice. Colin, I was just in a show with you Midsummer, and I had this same feeling as well, where it's one of those rare groups of people in those rare shows where sort of everything has come together, and I'm not ready for it to be over. I could run this show for another, month, 2 months, even though it's exhausting, it's been such a absolute blast to do it and be a part of it with all of you guys. And everybody.
Likewise.
So yeah, it's definitely bittersweet coming up to it now.
Yeah, and I'm honestly down for another month of it for sure.
Yeah,
we got nothing but time here. Let's do it.
Let's
do it. Bring it. But yeah, let's say hi to some of the folks in the chat here. I got to say hi to my friend Luke Ponto, of course, has a channel himself. He has not seen Little Shop of Horrors in a really long time, but he needs to revisit it this spooky season.
Yes.
You absolutely do. This is an 80s classic for sure, in more ways than one, and we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Got to say what's up to Lindsay, of course, who will never get tired of Little Shop of Horrors. She will never get tired of Little Shop. What is going on to Epic-tastic Joshua, who loves Little Shop of Horrors? It's a fun musical movie. I would say it's one of the better ones. It's one of the better ones that's out there, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's definitely better than like Chicago.
Oh, really? Oh, man.
That's a hot take, but
I don't know how I feel about that statement.
I had to say it on the live stream because I do not like that movie.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
Interesting.
I had to get my hot take out early.
Hey, that's
great.
This stream, whenever I go live, all I accept are hot takes only. So if anybody has hot takes, feel free to throw them out. So,
Good.
And of course, we got to say hello to one of our Audreys, Katie.
Hey, hope you're feeling better.
Yes, we miss you too.
Much love, much love.
I think this is how the kids do it these days.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do it like this. Hold on, is this it?
Well, you
doing
also
it right?
Oh gosh.
or one of these. It's almost
The
like
kids do
Is that not what I'm doing?
you guys all watch SpongeBob, right? The smallest violin of all time. That's what I feel.
I have heard
that,
that, but that was mostly from my high school dance teacher.
Yeah. Well, you want to, Naeem, you and I are twins. Peter's twin is in the chat as well.
Hey,
Look
he's
at
my
what
boy
we got
chick
over here. Your boy. What is a boy chick, though?
It just means like son, basically, or you know, my kid, that kind of thing.
Look at my man Jovan in the chat, who already saw the show last Sunday.
Hey,
coming to the Summertime Cast. Whoop whoop! Oh
yeah.
7th. I know Ronaldo as well.
Hey, Ronaldo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Much love to Katie. I'm down for another month as well.
Yes.
But this is a movie review channel, of course, though. And we got to talk about this 1986 release of Little Shop of Horrors, which
this movie right
has
here
on Blu-ray. There it is.
There it is.
Rick Moranis looking as he ever has been. This was, of course, directed by the great Frank Oz, who some of you might not know. Like some of you in the chat, some of you watching the replay. He is not just a director. He is known for being the puppeteer and the voice of Miss Piggy and Yoda.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if more people knew that instead of that he was a director.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if the other way around.
I'm one of those people. I had no idea that he directed this movie. Honestly, I know him.
Also did Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, another very good movie. He's a good director. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a solid director, a lot better than I think people give him credit for. Colin, I think I'm going to let you take the reins on this one.
Oh boy. Okay.
In a few words or less, what is the plot of Little Shop of Horrors for anybody who doesn't know?
Well, the plot of Little Shop of Horrors is basically we've got Seymour Krelborn, a down-on-his-luck florist, working under a very hard task driver named Mushnik and smitten with his coworker Audrey. And one day, during a total eclipse of the sun, he comes across a strange and interesting plant, which he names Audrey 2. He discovers that Audrey 2 has a particular diet, particularly for the reddest of red meats, particularly when Audrey 2 just straight up starts talking and singing. And then it becomes, okay, this plant subsists off of humans, which is bad, but it's making me rich enough to get out of Skid Row, which is good.
Yeah, definitely.
This
there
is
you
hard.
go. It's okay. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you got to get out of Skid Row eventually. Of course, you also have music written and composed by Alan Menken, one of the greats, one of my all-time favorites. And Steve,
Mr. Disney Renaissance songs himself.
Yeah. He did this before any of the Disney Renaissance stuff
came
out. So
this is what gave him the gig.
This is the show that gave him the gig. So those of you who love the Little Mermaid music, Beauty and the Beast music, etc.,
Aladdin.
There's
there
you go.
Actually, a song, and I forget which one, but when it starts up, I keep my head keeps flipping it with "Part of Your World," and I forget the song.
Oh, it's got to be somewhere that's Greene.
It
Yeah,
has to be.
there's a very similar chord progression. Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, or no. I remember what it was. Okay, I mixed it up. It's the opening notes to the Meek Shall Inherit remind me of the opening notes to Under the Sea.
Yeah, I can see that.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah, that kind of.
And then Meek is dun 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 dun. It's like I've got that same little,
There you go.
calypso-esque thing.
Naeem, tomorrow when I'm performing, I will listen for that specifically. I will listen for that. Yeah,
we'll all be out in the
I'll be
audience
there.
and start singing Under the Sea.
Well, I mean, both shows I've done with this organization have had Alan Menken music in it.
Well, that's
This
like you did Little Mermaid, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You told me that.
But we gotta mention Howard Ashman, the lyricist,
and Howard Ashman, of course,
who also did Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and half of Aladdin, or actually 3/4 of Aladdin. His lyrics are absolutely brilliant.
Genius. Yeah.
I'll just say, like, if you just listen to the "Poor, All My Life I've Always Been Poor," that stanza, he tells a whole life story in like 4 lines. It's brilliant.
Ain't that right, Peter?
Yeah.
It's very good.
It's storytelling. Storytelling.
I have nothing to add to that. It very succinctly. I mean, that's just like I am moment, right? And it very quickly tells you who he is and what he focuses on about himself the most. So.
Yeah. Now I don't know how true.
And that's why Skid Row is the best song in the whole musical, because it's everyone's.
It is an incredible song. Yeah.
Right. You get Audrey's, you get Seymour's.
Yeah.
Wishnick kicks it off with the monologue at the beginning that kind of says where he's at. So I mean, everyone gets it except for the.
It lets you know the food slop too.
The urchins. That's also they give their quick story there. So
it is some outstanding exposition for sure. And it's like the world building in it is very good. I don't know how true this source is, but from what I understand, it is celebrating its 50th anniversary coming up pretty soon. This musical, but I don't know. I mean, it didn't premiere until I have 1982,
right?
84.
I have May 6, 1982.
82? Really?
Yeah, the off-Broadway production.
Off-Broadway.
The off Broadway production of Little Shop, which I mean, like, and it's currently still running off Broadway in a production where Jonathan Groff originated the role, and Lindsay somewhere in my house is fainting by the mere mention of Jonathan Groff's name.
Very talented gentleman.
That kind of person. All right. Can't blame her.
She is a very, very avid Kristoff fan for sure.
Nice.
As am I. But a lot of you also are probably not aware of this. Steve, I'll let you take the reins on this. Little Shop did not start as a musical, but it started off as a movie from the 60s.
Yeah, in 1960, a pretty well-known filmmaker named Roger Corman, he's the king of the B movies, famous for making super low-budget movies in a hurry. He would basically say, I can get access to the set for 2 days. Great, I'm gonna write a movie and we're gonna make it. And that's how Little Shop happened. He had access to the set that he basically turned to this plant shop. He filmed it in like a handful of days, and it is absolutely hilarious. It's supposed to be a horror movie ostensibly, but he wrote it as a comedy, and it is very funny. And so a lot of the humor that's in the musical that we know and love comes from that movie. And not only that, but Jack Nicholson plays one of his first roles in it. He plays the masochistic patient to the dentist.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a role that it's a character that does not appear in the musical, but it comes back in this movie. In the form of Bill Murray, but Bill Murray is doing the Jack Nicholson part. So a lot of people didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
There's a lot of things I can say about the movie, but it's worth watching. It's a very funny movie. It's very short, so it doesn't take much time. Super low budget, so you got to have tolerance for like really, really cheap sets and cardboard cutout pieces and really bad special effects. And I love everything about it.
I'm down to check that out. Anybody in the chat know about this? I am very curious, but in case you weren't aware, if you have made it 20 minutes into the video at this point, this is going to contain spoilers for sure. So if you've never seen Little Shop of Horrors, you've been fairly warned. We are going to talk about both the theatrical cut ending and the alternate ending, which I will say, breaking the lead is better for sure. But
we can talk about that.
We got a pretty good cast assembled here, don't we, Naeem? Ellen Greene from the Broadway cast reprises the role of Audrey here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her singing
Lindsay in the chat is saying that not a big fan of maybe not necessarily Ellen's voice, but of the character, character voice.
Go.
Yeah.
Naeem, I don't know. I mean, it's a very I don't want to say a touchy subject per se. I don't know if it's necessarily a hot take. I don't know why, but every single time I watch her, like, there's part of me that finds her a bit like annoying with the voice that she does. But her singing voice is beautiful. There's no disputing that.
Her singing voice is absolutely amazing. Yeah.
She's beautiful. I think at the end of the day, it's just the way that she portrayed Audrey is so iconic. There's no denying that. You know what I mean? Because, like, look at us now. You know, decades later, we're still talking about the way that she portrayed this. Whereas, like, so many different actors are portraying Seymour in a very similar way to the way that Seymour is portrayed in this movie, right? But, like, the way that she's doing Audrey, like, no one's going to do it like her. And her voice is so interesting. It is a little bit annoying. I agree, Zach. And that's kind of the music in general. I'd say it's my only shtick, the only issue that I really have with this movie version of the musical. And maybe that's just because I'm biased and I've been around the Broadway version for so long, especially these last like 8 weeks. But like, I just think that the music itself could be a little bit better, but that's an exception, I think, for Mrs. Audrey in this movie, because Ellen Greene is, I think, just iconic in the way that she portrays it.
Yeah. Well, and I love how Somewhere That's Green is presented in this one, almost like a sitcom cutaway almost.
Yeah.
Where she's like fantasizing about like, oh, this is what my life with Seymour could look like. We're eating TV dinners. We have kids that look exactly like us. We have a really, really shitty television. Like, it's so, here's a Katie.
Ooh.
Anyone know why they changed it to Some Fun Now instead of You Never Know?
This feels like a Steve question. If anyone would know.
I know. I was thinking about this the other day because I was watching that sequence. I don't have a great answer other than in the movie, because they did change it to Some Fun Now. They gave it a slightly Latin flavor. And I think it was really to do that whole West Side Story on the roof, I Want to Be in America type of vibe. Because we saw that happen in West Side Story. Then we saw it in Sweet Charity when they did There Must Be Something Better Than This. And then this movie, and there's probably more. I think this was just a thing. Like, if you're going to make a movie musical, do a sequence on the roof, make it sound a little bit more Latin. And that's my best guess.
Man, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I should jump the gun with this one, but I guess I'll just go around the horn here. But is this like one of the best movie musicals ever? Like, I don't know who wants to kick this off. Like,
dispute that.
Yeah.
I am trying to think of other movie musicals to compare it to, and like, what are some of the greats? I mean,
well, Wizard of Oz is up there for sure.
Okay, yes.
I mean,
that's kind of one of the first, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Well, especially now if you see it in Las Vegas at the Sphere, like, it's mind blowing. I've seen clips of it where they actually recreate a damn tornado in that building.
We do.
So
yeah.
I mean,
they're averaging like 2 million revenue per day, I read, or something like that. Like, those people are making money, but a lot of it's AI generated.
Yeah. I mean, I can also sit here and say that Chicago is one of the best movie musicals of all time, but Peter will definitely disagree with that.
I find it so grating.
Why? Not to get like too off topic, but like, I'm very curious.
Honestly, what's her face? Renee Zellweger? God, yes. I just hated her so much in that movie.
Really?
That I just could not get over it I couldn't get over her long enough to enjoy any of the rest of it.
I mean, isn't that supposed to be the point, that her character just isn't as good as she thinks she is?
Which is what everyone told me, was that you're supposed to dislike her, but I disliked her so much that it like bled into my appreciation for the rest of it. Obviously, I enjoyed the Cell Block Tango sequence, but probably outside of that, I did not enjoy watching that movie.
All right.
Well, would you want to be in it?
who would I want to be in it?
Well, like in general, would you want to be in Chicago?
Yeah, but I would want to be one of the girls in the cell block 10.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think you pull it off.
What I would want, that's one of the roles that I would want. So, you know.
I'd pay to see that.
Yeah, I can see you as the milkman lady.
Me too. I also think Sound of Music is a really good classic movie musical.
Yeah, that one.
Just because it's picturesque and beautiful and amazing. I'm also...
I thought for the longest time growing up that Sound of Music was just boring because of how long it was, but at the same time, I can also say that, like, by that logic, Fiddler on the Roof also must be boring because of how long it is.
But never actually seen that movie.
I don't know if I've seen that movie either. I've only
it's a good film. It's a really, it's a good film. I mean, again, like all these things, not as good as the musical, but it's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here's.
Oh, here we are.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
The Greatest Showman is on Lindsay's list.
Still haven't seen it.
Yet to meet. What? Colin
you never got around to it.
Oh my god!
I've heard all the music thanks to my.
I haven't even heard that.
Blasting it all the time, but I haven't seen the movie.
I mean, the only one I know is This Is Nope. That's Camp Rock. Never mind.
You guys
actually, West Side Story is a good call out there in the comments.
Pretty damn good.
Which
I like West Side Story.
Yeah.
Naeem, I don't know. I prefer the remake. I think I'm one of those people that prefers the remake. I think it's a lot grittier. I think truer to what West Side Story should be. It's Steven Spielberg. It's the only musical he's ever directed.
I think the movie in general is better, but I couldn't handle Ansel Egbert, or I can't remember his name, Egerton.
Yeah.
I didn't like his portrayal of Tony, but
Ansel Elgort, Baby Driver,
or whatever his name. is.
Yeah.
I didn't like his portrayal of Tony, but other than that, I think probably the
I agree with
movie is better.
Peter.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, Ronaldo and Joshua are both calling out In the Heights, which is an accurate one.
Haven't seen it.
Yeah, absolutely.
La La Land was just called out as well.
That one's actually
Boom is pretty. That one was pretty good.
Oh, that was such. Spider-Man can sing.
Amazing.
Spider-Man can sing, and we're getting a sequel in just a couple short months.
Yeah, it's coming soon.
It's a couple short months. We're almost there.
I used to be the movie guy of my group, and I've just not seen so much of what's being brought up. I'm falling behind.
Mamma Mia!
Of course, the classic, Mamma Mia. I actually don't
Hairspray.
Oh yeah,
The movie.
That's a
the
fun
Hairspray
one.
movie musical was fantastic.
That one was a lot of fun. Christopher Walken and John Travolta. Yeah, all of them.
Katie, I'm so mad at you.
Why?
I heard the sequel to Mamma Mia was like legit amazing.
I remember when every single theater company in the general radius of where we live was doing Mamma Mia, and I was getting so sick of it at that point, and I was like, the story's just not good. It's not a good story.
The story's not good, but it's music. The music.
I think it is all about the music.
My three dads.
To listen to ABBA, I can just listen to ABBA.
Yeah, I don't have to hear Pierce Brosnan sound like a wounded dog.
Well, Pierce Brosnan was the worst part of the movie, you know.
Yeah,
but Amanda Seyfried sparked.
It used to be so nice. Like, oh man, I can't. It's so bad. I can't accurately imitate it.
So who is worse, him in Mamma Mia or Russell Crowe in Les Mis?
Russell Crowe.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go with Russell Crowe because I legit hate the Les Mis movie, and because Les Mis the musical and story is very close to my heart. So
fair enough.
Like Pierce Brosnan, I can laugh at.
Pierce Brosnan, it's
Gladiator
like
Man.
I mean, Mamma Mia is also a campy musical in general. So, like, one person not doing great, you're just kind of like, of course. But then, like, Les Mis is Les Mis, and it's a very serious, beautiful piece of art. And you've got Russell Crowe just walking around shitting on the floor. So.
And meanwhile, we have Katie fangirling over Colin Firth.
I'm sorry.
Well, he is adorable.
But hey, speaking of adorable, I mean, usually these live streams go off the rails if you're me, but we get off topic sometimes. But it's fun. It's super fun.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of adorable, we got to talk about Rick Moranis. We got to talk about
Yes.
Rick Moranis' performance.
Yeah.
This guy was just getting off of Peter, the high of being in Ghostbusters.
He was getting off of Peter? Damn, okay. I did not know that. Peter, you have a very
And you wonder where he's been the last 20
life.
years.
You guys are killing me. Peter, but he was a huge star. So him, I think, being in a musical was a big deal around this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't alive.
Yeah, me neither.
But so I can't.
You're just old now.
I can't see like the cultural phenomenon around him doing it, because when I was young, the movies I knew him in was like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and all that stuff. I didn't go back and see like Ghostbusters and this until I was older. So I mean, even by then, seeing him doing a musical probably felt almost the same because I hadn't seen him do it before. But I mean, a lot of people I think have been. I think Naeem touched on this. Have been very much influenced by how he performed specifically. I mean, you think about sort of like the general look that a lot of people even go for. It's what he does in this movie. It's like the same sort of thick black glasses, the like brown hat. Like it's all kind of directly referencing this specific film. And I did not watch it in leading up to this. So
that's fine.
I thought we were watching it live today and I was ready to be surprised by what happened. So I don't have anything a lot deeper than that other than sort of what I'm remembering from the last time I saw this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, you talk about somebody that kind of took a shot on something and, here he was doing a musical after being the dorky guy in Ghostbusters, and then he kind of becomes almost a villain character. I'm trying to remember how it's
almost
really. I don't think it's really played that much up in this movie, if I'm remembering correctly.
That is accurate, actually.
Yeah, I would actually. That's one of my one of my kind of nits about the film is that Seymour is very passive in this film.
Yeah, if I'm remembering, he's not really played up as kind of being the active agent of, causing killing. So I mean, even they were trying to shy away from that in this, but even still, I mean, he is killing people, even if.
Or Naeem, in our case, he's watching us die.
Literally,
and just nothing about it. Like,
and I have a similar sentiment to these guys about how they feel about Seymour in the movie versus like how maybe they're portrayed in a stage production. Yeah. Whereas like Seymour's kind of just like he's like forced along to do everything. He's very innocent like the entire movie. In fact, this is one of the reasons why I think the original ending didn't test well, because there was no heroic moment for him, which you get on the stage production. So I think it was kind of hard to swallow the ending for the audience when they tested it and they had to change it.
Yeah,
I agree. I definitely have some thoughts about the original ending. In the movie, but we'll get to that. But we'll
talk about it.
Seymour in the play and the movie are almost two different characters. I mean, in the movie, like let's not mince words. He's a goober, like an adorable chocolate, buttery Rick Moranis man, and he's just kind of bumbling along.
Yes.
Whereas in the play, I mean, yes, he is more active, and it's basically the story is Faust with plants. I mean, it's more clear in the play version that it's that.
Yeah, I mean, for people that haven't seen our show, we literally have that exact moment of the angel and the demon on the shoulder, essentially. I mean, staged by Thomas, where Mushnick's on the right saying, "Let's go to the police and stop this," and then Audrey's literally over the left shoulder singing about how, no, you have to think about all the money, just feed me. Like, we literally have that exact image in our version of it. Yeah.
And I think he plays it so well. He just makes me laugh so much with all of his facial expressions too, and how wide-eyed he is. Like I love Dadu in this version. Like just that whole scene where he's just like walking around with his arms like in the little cartoonish thing, and I'm like, It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, that's actually one big difference I think between the two is that I feel like the film plays up the comedy more, and it feels a lot more like
totally
ironic. Like Somewhere That's Green feels more tongue-in-cheek in the movie as opposed to in the play, where it's a lot more sincere, and that's why it's one of my favorite. That's why it's my favorite song of the play.
Yeah, and
also because in the play it comes back around in a big way,
in a huge way, and then he basically does the same thing of remember that total eclipse of the sun about a week ago. He does it twice in the film.
Yeah,
which is funny as hell.
Once with the late great John Candy, who does not have a
it's great.
Yeah, he was. I miss him so much, and like
he
had these bit roles in other movies like Home Alone, which I love. Like
that's right.
Yeah, he drove Catherine O'Hara home.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those actors. You throw him into anything, he's going to make the movie great. I mean, just
quite pointlessly drove her home because she arrives about the same time as the people on the delayed flight. So
the little extra early, the little extra minutes in the beginning give her
that whole drive, but it was funny.
I mean, the little extra bits before the others get home, give her a little moment of
what did she get home like an hour earlier?
Closure with Kevin.
Something like that.
Give them that little private moment because
the things we think about, but and you also have who I think might be one of the most underrated performances in the film in Vincent Gardenia as Mushnik. Like
he definitely,
Steve, he does not get the credit he deserves.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. It's true because he has to kind of play this, this long-suffering kind of, my life is terrible kind of guy. And I think what's interesting is I don't know if it's because the actor himself can't sing or they just were changing it for the sake of changing it, but he doesn't sing in the film. So he doesn't do the whole Mushnik and son. They don't have that whole subplot about I want to adopt you. And what's interesting, they give him a lot more dialogue in his I caught you sequence, we'll call it, or the J'accuse moments. And it actually fleshes things out kind of well. It explains why Mushnik is willing to kind of look the other way, and there's a whole sort of added element that's not in the musical, which I actually quite like. And I think Vince Gardenia really plays it well because he has to really skirt that line between you don't want to hate him. He is kind of an angry, difficult person, the character is, but he makes him not unlikable, which is not easy to do.
Yeah, and he's a businessman too, so it's like he's making decisions for the good of the shop, which is failing when we first meet these people. Absolutely. And then when the first customer walks into the store and says, "Excuse me, I couldn't help but notice that strange and interesting plant. What is it?" Like how wooden he is when he does it. It's so silly.
He's very impressive.
Christopher, we got to mention Christopher Guest.
Yes,
he does,
the husband of Jamie Lee Curtis. For those of you who didn't know,
who gave up like actual royal titles to marry her.
Yeah, yep, that's very right. But I mean,
wouldn't you?
No.
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
I mean, we cannot go talking about performances in this film, Naeem, without talking about the great Steve Martin. He is so sadistic as Orin Scrivello, DDS, and the Elvis thing, and we play the dentist very differently. He's not an Elvis ripoff in our production of it, but this guy, he just goes in and he it's very clearly green screen, but when you see him on the mic, it's like, oh, he means business. What's
great is the smash cut between, because yes, they cut out a bit from the musical, and in the movie it's just, oh, he's a professional. What kind of professional dresses like that and drives around on a motorcycle? Flash cut to him on the motorcycle. Why not? It's great edit.
It's edited like a sitcom. It's almost like a cutaway. It's so good.
Well, the filmmaking in the movie in general is really good. And again, as you were saying, a lot of people know Frank Oz as the puppeteer, but the quality of filmmaking is extraordinary in this movie.
Oh yeah.
There are not just great edits, but I got to call out this one sequence. We're talking about Some Fun Now, at the end of Somewhere That's Green, if you haven't noticed, she closes the Home and Gardens magazine. The camera pulls out of the window, keeps on going. This is all one cut. I mean, this is all one take. No cuts. Goes up to the top of the building. The urchins are up there singing Some Fun Now. Still one take. I mean, it's incredible. And the film is full of those kind of moments.
Oh, yeah.
Just small details. Incredible.
As a film person on YouTube, I love me a good oneer. I really do. Anytime there's like, I can think of the one take in Creed, which is just a boxing sequence, and it's all one take.
Stop referencing movies I haven't seen. I feel uncultured.
I'm sitting there like it's still going. They're not cutting. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
But and another one that I can think of, like this is just a very minute detail, but when Oren says, "Now spit," and then the patient spits out, water bucket just
forgot about that until just now.
So, which one thing I did like about the movie version of Oren and like the scenes that they gave him is like you actually get to see him interact with a patient that isn't Seymour. Like they have that whole other scene, right? Like that scared patient and this and that. And then like, you also get to see him interact with like his support staff. Like when he yells at that lady who was like, "I'm eating my lunch, I'm off." And then he's just like, "Who's next? What's the appointment?" Or blah, blah, blah. Like you get to see a little bit more of his office. Obviously, it's hard to translate that onto a stage and you're limited on sets and things like that. And this is a traditionally small cast. So it's understandable, but that is one thing I like that they got to bring to the world of Oren and to really paint him, because right now, all in the stage production, all you have is that gas scene to see him in his element of being the scary dentist. Everything else you have to build up in the scenes before to say like, "Oh, this guy's scary,"
Well, and to be fair, also Steve Martin was a huge star, like on the rise in the '86.
Oh, it was huge.
I keep saying to all of you guys off camera, but it's so weird seeing him in this movie with just the dark hair. I'm so used to seeing him with gray hair.
That's
like,
true.
Whether it's freaking Cheaper by the Dozen, which by God that movie sucks. And then you also have
Father of the Bride.
The
which
Pink
doesn't
Panther,
suck, in my opinion.
The Pink Panther.
I forgot
about Only Murders in the Building right now.
Hell yes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, for those of you who aren't watching Only Murders in the Building, by the way, that's a great show on Hulu.
It's a great show. A great show.
I haven't seen the new season, but fantastic show.
Yeah,
I
love it.
Christoph Waltz is in the new season.
Yes, he is.
Nice.
That was like when I saw him come on, I was just like,
"What?"
Well, Christoph Waltz
Colin?
and Peter's favorite Renee Zellweger is also in the new season.
Nah.
Is Meryl Streep in it?
She's
Or was
the
that
billionaire?
Yeah, that's Renee Zellweger. Yep.
I did not put that to.
I won't watch the new season. I'm definitely gonna watch it either way.
I just turned him off from it. But you know who else is in it is freaking Logan Lerman, the little kid who is Percy Jackson.
Oh.
And Perks of Being a Wallflower. Yeah.
Is he the third billionaire? The like social.
He's the
media
young
guy?
one. He's the young one who lost his finger.
Right. Also, Beanie Feldstein, who very underrated actress.
I forgot about her too. Yeah, but phenomenal show, and I'll be reviewing season 5 when that comes out eventually.
You do your own thing.
Yeah.
I'm not moving.
No, it's okay. No, I mean when it's out, I'm down to do more lives. Definitely. If you're down to see more live, let us know for sure.
Get in the comments.
Smash the like button with your fist.
Smash that like button with your damn fist. Hit that subscribe button.
Go ahead and waterboard that subscribe button. And,
waterboard that subscribe button for sure.
Tell the subscribe button that you're throwing it a surprise party, and then send it to a remote location where no one shows up, and then cut their breaks.
Hey Naeem, is the Dentist song one of the best villain songs of all time?
I think so. I think it has to be. It's perfect. It's so catchy. Like you said, it's a Princess track. This is the only song he has in the entire movie version, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it has to stay with you.
What is a Princess track?
A Princess track is basically when you have a pretty significant role, but you're not on stage for a ton.
Oh.
The role that everyone's going to remember, but you only have to be there for 10 minutes.
So
like me in Midsummer Night's Dream.
The Wall.
The Wall, yes.
He's the wall, brother. But I can also think of Lord Farquaad and Shrek was a good princess track that I had.
Oh yeah, he's not on for very long, is he?
King George and Hamilton.
You know. Oh yeah, King George and Hamilton.
The real Ned Schneebly in School of Rock is another one. But yeah, I mean, I'm with you, and I think it's certainly up there for sure. I don't know if I like it more than
it's so memorable. Even like the gas, not its own song in the movie. It's so memorable because, like, I mean, that's when I first watched Little Shop the movie. That's like the thing I remember the most was like watching Steve Martin die with that scary mask was so jarring.
Oh, yeah. And just the smile that he has is like, ugh.
Yes.
Like you could see it through. I'm like, oh my god, and the music behind it is so good too. Like I can't get enough of it, man. And I can't get enough of how inventive this freaking movie is. Just a shot through the mouth and through the teeth, and
incredible.
Martin singing into it. Yes,
that's a good one.
I love it. I gotta say hi to my friend Tomas, my co-host on the Z&T Wrestling Show, who says Little Shop is a great movie and the best musical ever. Best of luck on your auditions for Little Shop, my friend. I'm pulling for you.
Nice.
I'm pulling for you so hard because his theater is gonna be doing it pretty soon too. So
is it local?
Not local to us, but he's So anyway, should we just get into probably the most controversial thing about this thing, the alternate endings? It's theatrical cut, the happy ending where Seymour defeats Audrey 2 and him and Audrey live happily ever after, versus the director's cut, which is the what's it called? The actual stage ending where everybody dies. I'm just gonna go down the line. Peter, which ending do you think is better?
The stage ending.
Naeem.
I think the stage ending, as to the theme of the show, the stage ending.
Steve, is it going to be a clean sweep?
Probably, though. I understand what happened in the movie. I like the musical ending better. I'll just say that. If that makes sense.
I'm going to slightly break the streak. I think the original ending is better for the play. I think the test ending is better for the movie, in just terms of like thematics and DNA.
Why do you think the theatrical ending is better? Do you think just because?
Well, because the movie itself is much. A few reasons. One, the movie itself is a lot less dark on account of the fact that they've removed a lot of like the really chilling stuff that's in the play. There's no just the gas. There's not that Act 1 finale, which when done right is actually bone chilling. Like Audrey 2 is fed Oren to this like and just again, as mentioned before, Seymour is too passive in the movie to justify him dying in the ending. Also, as someone who has seen the original cuts of the Mean Green Mother from Outer Space, which another reason that it wouldn't have worked, because like it's I'll get to that, and the original Don't Feed the Plants. Maybe this would have been fixed in edits, but it drags.
Well,
like the moment, like the the vines taking Seymour to Audrey 2's gullet, and the whole thing in between verses of Don't Feed the Plants, it is long, it is drawn out, and it's one of those moments like, okay, maybe they could have edited it down, but I think it works better on stage, where, you know, where it is shorter, it is cleaner. Also, basically, I don't think you can have Mean Green Mother from Outer Space and the original ending, because the tone clashes a little too much. And quite frankly, in my humble opinion, a world without Mean Green Mother from Outer Space is not one I want to live in. Also, as a final coda, the whole... actually, two final counters. One, I think the theatrical ending plays more into the irony, tongue-in-cheekness of the film because of how over the top it is. And second, my final point, the moment where Seymour sticks Audrey 2's root into the electrical plug and Audrey 2 just goes, "Oh shit," before exploding is objectively funny.
And he's just like, it's a lightning that explodes him. It's not even like, again, Little Shop of Horrors is supposed to be silly.
Yes,
but I will say, I think I'm with the majority. I prefer the stage ending as well. I think it also, Peter, helps in making Seymour a more interesting character, I guess, in that sense, because, he watches Oren die. He lets Mushnik walk into Audrey 2. He basically, he doesn't let Audrey die, obviously, but Audrey gives him permission to feed her to the plant.
That's an interesting case study into her psychology right there.
It's very interesting. I think I've talked about this, I don't know with who before, but every single one of his kills is done in a different way for a different purpose with a different motivation. I mean, the first one, he doesn't actively kill. He passively chooses to allow the death to happen because of the hatred he feels and the protectiveness he feels for Audrey. The second one is absolutely an active choice. He's actively telling Mushnik to go in there because he knows he's going to die, and he does it for very selfish reasons. The third one, he's trying to prevent it, and he's unable to prevent it. So it's like the culmination of, he made a bad choice, and now this is sort of how it comes back around to him. And the person being fed consents to being fed to the plant. And then the fourth time somebody dies, it's him choosing to sacrifice himself. So each one of the kills is a completely different, different event and a different motivation, and it tells a very good story of how he goes through the entirety of the show and how his motivations change. So it's brilliant.
I think it's a pretty dense progression for sure, and the way you put it, well said.
Which is another reason why I think it works a little less good in the movie, because he doesn't actively feed Mushnik to the plant. He just kind of lets the plant eat Mushnik as opposed to play, where he's like, "No, go in the plant. There's buckets of cash in there."
We're along on the journey a little bit more in the stage production, which is why I agree with Steve's point. It's like I understand why they chose the certain ending for the movie version.
I mean, because I think that's the thing is, I think they didn't film the stage ending in a way, right? They made choices along the way that, so by the time they got to the last third of the movie, or like we like to call it the third act of the film, I think there were some bad decisions made, unfortunately. As great as Frank Oz is, by making Seymour that passive, by adding Mean Green Mother, which is a really fun song, but it really does ruin Seymour's heroism. There is no heroism at all. He gets eaten without defending himself at all. He just gets eaten. And so it's all pointless. And then Frank Oz films this incredibly impressive monster movie ending like a Godzilla movie. It's incredibly entertaining, but it is so tonally wrong. I mean, it's completely over the top. And that's not in the musical at all. So I think that's why it tested so badly, and they had no choice but to go back and try to salvage it. And so the ending of the movie that was theatrically released, I don't love the fact they had to end it that way, but I understand why it happened.
You know what this reminds me of, in a roundabout way, is How I Met Your Mother, where they had this original ending planned that they went with when the original airing, but all the decisions they'd made leading up to it made that ending not work. And actually, in a flip of what's happening here, or maybe not so much a flip, they released an alternate ending more in line with, what they'd shot, that everyone was like, this is amazing, and I accept it as the true ending.
I have so many opinions about that, but this is not a How I Met Your Mother line. Somebody that watched that show the entire time it was airing and has watched it many, many times since it's aired. I have many opinions about that. But roughly the same thing. They that was a case of they stuck to their guns and didn't nail the execution, so they had to release an alternate cut to sort of appease the fans. But in this case, the test audience for them was the entire world, and the entire world went, this didn't work. So it was like the opposite.
I haven't seen How I Met Your Mother, so I can't really attest
It's
to anything
fun.
like that. Yeah,
I haven't seen it
there's
either.
better stuff out there, but I enjoy it.
Parts of it have not aged very well. Specifically
God,
the
no.
Barney character and how he treats women, just in
His
general.
treatment of women is awful. It's just, it flies under a lot of radars because Neil Patrick Harris is so damn charismatic and funny.
yeah.
So that part hasn't aged well, but there's a lot of stuff in it that is genuinely still pretty funny.
Sounds dated in the same way that Friends is dated these days.
Oh, most definitely. I mean,
In a lot of ways, in the same ways, actually.
They overlapped air times, not by a whole lot, but they overlapped.
Oh.
So
I did not know that.
There you go. Yeah, I know Friends ended in like 2004. And then
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, Friends was on for a long time, dude.
Yeah, I
Like-
knew it was on for a long time. I didn't realize, like,
Yeah,
it
10
ended in
years.
2004. Because
Yeah,
okay,
2004.
I have a
okay.
vivid memory of being very young when it originally ended, but well, not that I watched it, but everyone was talking about, oh my God, Friends is ending, and I'm just like, okay. Now I watched it
I was
later,
like,
and I'm
whatever.
like, okay, I think this is
So
actually
I was
pretty good.
wrong. How I Met Your Mother was 2005, so they didn't overlap.
Oh,
but it was sort of like
alright.
Friends went off the air, and then
Close
How I Met
enough.
Your Mother came
Yeah,
on.
it's close enough, but
Close enough.
yeah,
Might as well
I guess I was
overlap.
16 when Friends ended. That's trippy to me.
All right.
Again,
I gotta-
I'm feeling old again.
Friends, except the finale.
I won't share my
watched the series finale of Friends. It's the only episode I saw as it aired.
Oh dang!
Tomas says the theme of the musical is that Seymour's actions do have consequences, and he's not a hero. So I go with the stage ending.
Yeah, there you go.
Even
I
though
mean,
he is the protagonist, he does say Seymour is a bad person. He could have prevented all those deaths.
That
and
is
he could have
true.
stopped Audrey
Yeah.
too a long time ago and basically allowed Audrey to die.
Yeah,
But
someone put it best on TV tropes. Like he had like a what you are and a chance for a what you are in the dark moment. You know, like the person you could be when no one's watching. In oh god, Meek shall inherit, and he totally failed because he didn't put down the plant when he had the chance because he's like, oh well, Audrey might not like me anymore. I'm sorry.
yeah,
By the way, speaking of Meek Shall Inherit, we didn't finish this up, but in the original work print edition, so it's not in the director's cut, but they did film the entire song,
Yes,
and
they did.
I actually like. I mean, they didn't finish the special effects, so you have to watch it knowing there's missing special effects. But I like what they did with it. There's a sequence where Seymour is running to a wall, and there's a giant picture of Mushnick, and then blood starts streaming down the wall, and I mean, it's pretty dark. And again, I can see audiences going, "Yeesh, this is getting serious." But I like it.
They should do that bit in the musical somehow, the stage musical, if there was a way to like bloodify a giant painting of Mushnick, because again, in the play he's a lot more active in the death, and there's even an alternate version of Supper Time for the movie that kind of gives Seymour agency in his death, but not enough. It's just like a throwaway line. I would look it up sometime.
for sure. I mean, I feel like all these people, like all these main characters, are somewhat bad people in different ways.
Audrey though, really?
Audrey, not really. I mean,
Yeah.
like Seymour. I mean, he just watches everything happen.
Yeah.
Oren is. I mean, that goes without saying. Callum even says Oren's is the best death, probably because he is a semi-sadist, according to Audrey. I mean, debatable. He is a sadist. So
I think he's a full-out sadist. Yeah.
full out. Yeah, he's.
I mean,
probably,
it sounds more like he's not a sadist because he's just abusive because he doesn't get consent from anyone.
Well, and he can't in the movie. Like Audrey doesn't. He forgets the Vitalis.
Yeah.
So it's not a sweater; it's literal drugs.
Oh.
Yeah.
I forgot about
the
that.
Vitalis. What? And then
Okay.
I
In
forgot
my
about that.
defense, what they say goes by so fast, and it's kind of almost muttered background noise that I didn't catch that.
well, and "Feed Me, Get It" I think is also objectively my favorite song in this show.
I mean, it's
in
a
the
good
movie. It is legit so good. But
Oh yeah.
anyway, gents, I think this is one of the best movie musicals of all time. I'd give Sub 4 as a solid A. I mean,
Absolutely.
if we go around the horn and we just throw thumbs up, like rate this out of 10, What do we got?
Oh boy.
I'm going to give it. I'm stuck between a 9 and a 10 because I can't find anything that's like objectively wrong with it. So by logic, it must be a 10.
By logic, it's a perfect 10.
All right.
I haven't seen this movie in a while, so I'm just going by my memory of it. I would give it probably, I think, an 8.
Ooh.
I think.
Okay.
I'll ask me again after we watch it right now, and I'll be able to give
Right
you
now.
an updated ranking. But
Right
from
now.
my memory of it, I'd probably give it like an 8, which is a pretty good rating for me anyway.
Which
That's
I
fair.
think, again, if this channel grows, it grows any more, then I would love to do watch-alongs with all of you, because I think that would be a ton of fun. Once I get the software figured out, and once I get a layout figured out and overlay, I can put like a little ticker down there. I'll be like, yeah, let's do a watch-along of not even just this movie, but like, anything like Django Unchained. Like, we'll be here for 3 hours, That'd be
Oh boy.
Don't
blast,
make me
Better
have to
figure out how to
watch
edit out the
Hateful Eight
N-words
again.
in real time.
Yeah, cut that out for sure. Or
Somehow.
like Forrest Gump,
Oh, hell
But-
yeah. You'll not
but-
have to twist your arm to watch Forrest
There you go.
Gump, that movie.
Oh, here's a question. I'll just go one at a time from Callum. This show blends comedy, horror, and music so seamlessly. What has been the most challenging or surprising part of stepping into a role where you have to balance all of those elements at once? I'm going to start with Steve on this one.
Probably.
I was thinking, that's really interesting. Yeah, because I mean, he is a character. I'm doing a bit of an accent, and I'm doing the sort of traditional Mushlik. But there is, I've been surprised that I do find that my character has affection for Seymour. And so our director Thomas has actually encouraged me during the sort of j'accuse sequence to not be quite so I got you in this, but it's more about like, I'm trying to help you out here. We're going to go to the police together. We're going to, figure this out.
Yeah.
So that surprised me that there is something there.
I think that might have also been what was missing from the movie that might have justified the original ending, because in the movie, Mushnik is very antagonistic towards Seymour and even tries to exploit him a bit. He doesn't seem to have any real feelings for him, but in the play, he's, as you said, he's trying to help him out a little bit more, and Seymour is pretty active in the bloody, awful, evil thing that happens to him.
Naeem, what's been most challenging or surprising for you?
This is a question. Shout out to Callum. He's an OG from day one high school. God
Heck
love
yeah,
Callum. He's
Callum.
also a huge Little Shop fan, and his brother was actually in the high school production of Little Shop. We all went to the same high school. So
Oh, kick ass.
Heck
the
yeah.
lore goes back with Callum and Little
Oh,
Shop.
nice.
But anyway, shout out to the Symes. This is a great question. I'd say there's been a few challenging things, but just right off the bat, it was a little bit challenging at first. Not challenging, but I guess interesting that like I was watching you play your version, Zack, and I wanted to make sure that my version existed alongside yours in its own independent way, while also still paying respect to like the original version of this character that we've all grown to love. So I'd say just like making my own individualistic take on the character, and especially in the way that Thomas, our director, wanted this character to exist, which was not this traditional Elvis-like greaser type character, which is kind of how I thought it would be played, but seeing Thomas's vision and the ideas he had in store for the bigger picture of the show, it being set in a more modern time, it being set in the Bay Area, things like that, and even just the more character notes that he had, all that taken into consideration, I think was a little bit challenging, but it's also so much fun because you have a lot of creative freedom. And I think that being able to balance different ways to be scary, because I used to think like there was really only one or two ways, but Thomas has really been able, kind of the same way that he's challenged Steve on how to, I guess have a little bit more sympathy towards Audrey and, the way that he talks to her versus like the way that Oren portrays being scary to the audience or to Audrey or scaring Seymour. So there's different ways that you could do that. So I'd say that was a little bit challenging, but I've got my footing, Zach's got his footing, and it's beautiful seeing it all come out and work out, I guess.
Yeah, and he and I both play these parts very differently. I would say it was challenging for me in the sense because I knew that, I mean, I mentioned it many times. My dad played this part in 1988. So I don't want to say I was putting pressure on myself to live up to that, but I wasn't alive when he did it. So I don't know exactly what he did, but based on what my mom told me, he paid homage to Steve Martin a lot because the movie had just come out. And I think it was challenging in the sense that I wanted to make sure that I was not copycatting per se, but I also wanted to make sure that there were some like subtle homages in there. And don't get me wrong, you know, you're still feeding into that vision for sure, but you're also doing things that, you know, I think it's been really rewarding just experimenting with things. And Thomas, I think, is an amazing person to work with in that regard, because theater in its simplest form and most convenient definition is a collaborative art form. And I think it's just been wonderful seeing everything like coalesce into what we have now. So I think that was honestly the bigger challenge for me. And to top off the fact also that it's a very different person from who I am in real life, thank goodness. So just stepping into that, like, you know, trying to be as intimidating as I can and as loud as I can, you know. But Peter, what was challenging for you?
You know, thinking about it, I feel like I had an easier time of it than I would say you got, the dentist, you and Zack and Naeem, you guys did. Definitely. You have to be this very intense, very unlikable person that is also very fun to watch.
Yes.
And has to be funny and comedic while also being very intimidating, and you have to like understand, you have to be this person without being too much of a caricature of a human being. And that's a very difficult thing. And both of you guys, like you said, have done it in different ways, and they both work very well. And you both managed to find that balance quite beautifully. And I feel like, from kind of how I talked about earlier, where like Seymour kind of goes through these very defined moments in his journey about how he decides what to do at each given point, I have had to worry about this, I feel personally, a lot less, because kind of every moment for Seymour as a person specifically, it's kind of pretty defined where he's at and what sort of tone he has in his own journey. And the way I play him is a lot less like Rick Moranis, and a lot kind of more like kind of more like, just, I kind of play him straight, honestly, not like orientation wise, but just kind of like he's just a guy, you know. And like I just kind of give him like, he's just a normal dude. He's not like super nerdy, he's not super dorky, like he's an
average Joe.
He's just kind of like an average guy. And the idea was sort of like, you kind of want to plop and be like, okay, this is just this average guy that he hasn't had a lot of luck, and then suddenly something lucky happens, and how does he handle it? So it's a long way of saying that I feel like personally I had possibly the easiest job of all the leads in terms of balancing these different elements, because especially for the dentists, you guys really have to do the heavy lifting of balancing all of these things on sort of like on a knife's edge. And comparatively to that, my job is very easy.
And I love the fact that we have Seymour's with grit too.
Yes.
You know?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, so good. Yeah. It's very different from any Seymour I've ever seen. So it's mad credit to you two. Both.
And the vocals are on point every night.
Oh my. Yeah. Absolutely.
Love watching you guys in Skid Row.
We drink my tea and make sure they're all nice and warm.
Oh yeah, right.
Well, Colin, what's been challenging or surprising for you?
Well, as someone who's just part of the core, well, not just part of the chorus, but yeah, someone with mostly bit parts who kind of has to look at most character work from the outside. The most surprising thing is that none of the tone shifts feel jarring. Like, because I sometimes find myself thinking about, it's like, okay, you've got this funny stuff and this really horrible stuff, and some of it happens beat by beat after each other, but it all fits together. And I think any lesser writer would have fumbled this so hard. But yeah, like, yeah, you got your sweet moments, you got with your suddenly Seymours, you got your funny moments with your dentists, and you got your horrifying moments with your dentist suffocating, dying, and then getting chopped up and fed to a hungry plant.
That mask is
none
insane.
of it feels out of place.
Yeah, talk about challenging. That mask. Shout out to Kevin.
Yeah.
That thing is awesome. That thing is so cool.
Yeah,
It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first time I think Naeem put it on and it came off when you like fell over. So you
Oh
had to
my
pull it back
God.
on.
Well, and you know what's funny is well, you know what's funny is before each show I make sure that it's fitted to my head, because I'm willing to bet at least $20 that my head, like in terms of measurement, is way bigger in circumference than Naeem's is. So I have to make sure that I twist it and I adjust it to make sure. But on Sunday, or no, when was it? It was on Saturday. But
Saturday.
I felt it coming off, and I was like, that's why I was holding on to it. I was like, oh my God. So
Before
anyway.
I go on, I have Samyukta like crank it as much as she can to where I like it. I go a little numb. That's how I know it's the right case.
Perfect.
We go numb.
Jesus, man.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
I
Yeah.
gotta get into character
That's
before I
supposed to
lick
happen.
everything, and you know, it's just it has to.
It's part of it.
feel
It's
right.
part of it.
Yeah.
I guess.
And that's it. Like after that, we have a whole 30 minutes to relax and like
That's
you know
true.
wipe off our
Man.
sweat. So we might as
Get
well
the
go all out. Yeah.
Blood
Yeah, there
back
you
into your
go.
brain that you're cutting off.
I'd be definitely going all out because you got this whole big ass mask over your heads. I'm sure you guys can barely breathe in there.
Oh,
Actually, how do you hear? I've always been curious about that.
I wanted to say that is a very impressive bit of acting that both of you guys do. I get to see it very up close. So like but you guys, what you guys do inside the actual mask is quite brilliant
yeah.
as
Well,
a
and
front row observer.
And seeing it, seeing the Seymours up close too, just how like I love that Anthony, like when I say I'm gonna go get my special gas mask, I love him like yay! Yay! It's almost like sarcastic, like oh this is such a good idea, Zach, go do it.
So,
I'm gonna have to.
there's
watch
little
that
moments I
closer.
look forward to every time, like when I wake up from dying the first time,
Mm.
or when I don't actually die, and like Peter freaks out and like throws his hat and like this and that, and, or when I
Dude,
push him in the
that's
chair and
clever.
he's just like sweat. Yeah, it's
Peter,
just, like,
unopening
the
the
little
hat, the hat went flying. I was like, how
Might have been a
far
little
does that
too
thing go?
overzealous about it. I think that was one of the first times that I had the hat, and like I was sitting there and I was like, I have to lose the hat at some point in this scene. And I've never done that before. So I was like, let's just find the right time to do it. And it just kind of happened beautifully right there. And I think I probably got a little too excited about it and flung the hat wildly.
Oh,
it
my
happens. You know,
Yeah.
that's so much fun.
Oh,
So
live
funny.
theater.
I'm gonna miss this show. I'm gonna miss this
Oh,
room.
yeah.
I think I will too.
Hey, you
I
know
know I
what?
will.
You know what? I'm not gonna jump the gun though, because we got two
Sure.
more weekends.
Mhm.
Two more weekends with two great
more
casts. I'll leave a link to tickets if you're in the area. Like it's a great time. It's a great
Definitely
time.
see it. It is such a
Audiences
fun
are
show.
raving.
Oh yeah.
Great show.
Yeah, but thank you all so much. Thank you to the panel for joining me on this very special
Oh, of
intro
course.
It's a
to the
pleasure.
Halloween special.
Mhm.
Yeah, this was such a great way to kick it off this year.
Yep.
I think I can also announce that coming up next on the Halloween special, I've watched a few movies in the time that I've been away, and just in the evenings when I get off work, my day job, obviously. But I have the Blair Witch Project on the
Ooh.
docket.
I haven't seen that
not
one in
seen
a while.
Nice.
Yeah,
I haven't seen
that
it at
one.
all.
Oh man, yeah, it's freaky. It is.
It's good.
I have a
They're
couple.
young Peter, I'll tell you that much.
Man, I've got a couple of found footage movies in the pipeline in this year's special. I have Lindsay and I watched Gerald's Game on Netflix based off the Stephen King book. Yeah, it's
that's
it's
Mike
really
Flanagan,
good.
right?
Correct. Yeah.
Oh,
Mike Flanagan.
okay.
Yeah, he directed it based off a Stephen King book. It's really, really good stuff. So reviews for those coming up. I mean, everybody's telling me to go watch him. Tomas in the chat was telling me to watch him. The football horror movie. So I'm like, yeah, hey, I'm down. Go Seahawks. I'm down to see any football movie. So yeah, folks, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Tap on that thumbs up as well if you haven't already. Just surfboard the hell out of that thing. Thank you so much again. Commence that back talk. Talk to you guys soon.
Thank you.